What's good, my brother?
What is up? What is up?
You tell me, man. What's the goods, man?
Man, I don't know. Where do you want to start? I mean, it's
Well, first and foremost, let me introduce the people to you. If they haven't met you, this is Jason King. He's kind of like the Leonidas of digital warriors. You know, he's the super digital warrior.
I'm just like everybody else. That's it. That's all I want to be. It just makes it way easier that way.
Out loud and clear. I hear you, brother.
Love it. Love it.
I hear
We're a
that.
team. That's it. That's what we do.
Loud and clear.
We're just trying to.
So what's your take? I mean, the last time we talked, you was one of the first persons that really introduced me to the idea of the quantum voting system. You was one of the first people that mentioned that. What are you feeling now that everything's played out?
Oh, we're gonna have another vote. That's not even the real vote. I mean, as Americans, we should be pissed off and say, you know what? No, we want to revote. And we want to do it we're going to use the blockchain technology. That's it. So they could do it by January 19th. Have it then. You could have the inauguration next day. Because there is no way. Because if they say, well, Trump's got 410 electorate votes and Biden got 128, I'm like, whoa, wait a second. No. Biden should have 0. I mean, he's not even real.
Right. Yeah,
but yet you're going to sit here. That's why they enacted NESARA already. I think that's what they did on 11/4 for the actionable. And they enacted it because the 120 days leads up to 3/3/21, which 3/3/33, 1933 was when they dedicated Mount Rushmore. That's why he was at Mount Rushmore on 7/3, not 7/4. See? Okay. See how there comes? I mean, they use the numbers and because the thing is with words, you could distort and twist anything you want.
Right.
But with numbers will never lie. 1 + 2 will always equal 3. Always.
Right. Now, how do you feel that, in your opinion, that they're going to handle the voter fraud and the crimes?
Sedition. That's it. All of them. Everybody that's complacent, they all go down. That's treasonous. That is treason and sedition against the Constitutional Republic of the United States. That's it. That's the only charge you can give them. That's it. It's either prison or death.
In your opinion, what kind of a timeline you think you see? In your opinion, what do you see timeline-wise?
Oh man,
it could vary, right?
Well, I mean, it's their timeline, but the thing is, remember. And it was January 19th of 2018, I believe. Yeah, I think 2018, because it was like it was in the 500s of the post. Well, the thing is, like January 19th, that's for the inauguration, right? So they could actually have, because with the blockchain voting, it's instantaneous. That's it. You can have everybody just go up to their thing and just boom, done. And it counts everything. I mean, it's instant. It's all quantum. I mean, you can't have it. There's zero fraud, zero because why were they pushing the mail-in ballots? You know,
right?
They had them all forged, and the whole the Dominion company that's up in Canada. Well, who's Canada run by? The monarchy. Okay. And Five Eyes. I mean, it's all connected.
Okay.
I mean, it's.
Now, what's your thought on there's a group? I don't know if it's fraudulent. I went on the website and they seem to have some pretty official looking documents in there. It's called the Heirs of Creation. Have you ever heard of that?
I have not.
I'll send you a link and maybe we can.
Okay, definitely.
We can get back together on that. Let me ask you another question. Can you explain to the audience on my channel the thing that you showed me last time about the indictments from the Galactic Federation from the Galactic Federation?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
can you explain that to them?
Well, the thing is that this is way bigger than just us. We're literally like peons in this. I mean, this whole Kafeve and it, it's much bigger than just like, in the end we win. Because the thing is that there's modern Arabic and there's ancient Arabic for the Kafeve, right? And the thing is, it says in modern Arabic, it means I stand up against the fallen ones. In ancient Arabic, word meaning I will stand up against the ancient fallen ones. I mean, we are literally fighting our creators, the ones that created our meat suits, the Anunnaki. That's who we're battling right now. They were the ones that created us to be slaves for them.
Now, let me ask you a question, because I was under the understanding that it was the Pleiadian race that seeded humanity on the earth.
Nope. It was the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis are the ones that formed us. Enuma Elish is the actual, the Babylonian epic of creation. There's your 5-5. It's EE. The whole Enki and Lil, it's all true. And that's where the Bible is, it's the same thing, but it just has names. They just changed the storyline. That's all it was. Some Hebrews got together and, the Sumerians, and it went all the way down through the cradle of civilization and all this. I mean, I know a lot of people get, worked up about religion and everything, but I mean, this whole Jesus thing and everything like that, it's like, he wasn't white. He just wasn't. Because the thing is that it's the melanin in your skin that is your life force. They are the true people. That's why it's all seated in Africa and everything like that, and in the cradle, the Fertile Crescent and everything like that. It was all about the life force of the Ethiopians and everything. That's why they keep them enslaved.
I was about to ask you, was that the reason why there's always a conspiracy against the
big time
dark people?
Big time. And that's the thing. That's why they had Planned Parenthood and everything. That's why they came up with the whole drug thing and all the, like Chicago and the whole crime bill of 1994. Good old Biden. It's like it's to keep the blacks down for no reason but to just like get cast them aside, because they refuse to let them have a voice, because they know their voice is strong. They know that they're the true ones.
And when you say the true ones, you meaning what?
The true ones with the life force. Like they are our creators.
What?
Yeah.
Brother, you just went to another galaxy.
I know, but you know what? Thing is, I've
heard that Africa was the birthplace of civilization, and that God, began mankind there, and that from Africa the people migrated throughout the earth, and that because of the different climates, that's how you got the different skin tones and the different types of hair, because of the different climates and things of that nature. But in terms of being the creators of mankind, I mean, what part of the story is that? Like, what do you mean?
The thing is that, see, the whole God, like when people refer to God, right? Now, when I refer to God, I refer to like the supreme being, the one, the creator, the all, right? The one that gave us our God spark, our ether, our spirit, everything, right?
Right.
But the thing is that we had more than one creator, because we had our Mitsu creators, which are these. These are just vehicles. That's it. Because our spirit and our ether.
I see what you're saying. Right.
We have lived many, many times before. Many times before. And the thing is that that's why when Jesus came back, and he came and he's like trying to, help these people, he's trying to teach them, and these apostles, they're not understanding. And then what happens? They accuse him of witchcraft and all this other stuff, because he's actually trying to help the people. So that's when the Romans and the Jews and Solomon had him executed. You know, he didn't die for sins. They sacrificed him for the Babylonian moon god's sin.
That's crazy.
You know,
it's too heavy, man.
I mean, why? I mean, it's heavy, but the thing is, people have to learn this because, I mean, with religion, everybody's religion, whoever you believe in, that's great. But the thing is, we all come from the same source.
Right.
That's God.
Right.
But the thing is, all of us together with our collective consciousness is God as well.
Right. I believe that too.
So the thing is that once we all come together,
that's what
then the Supreme Creator, that's our Godhead. But then all together, because what do they try to do? They try to divide you. Everything. They try to, divide you by color, divide you by religion, divide you by race, divide you by creed, divide you by sex, divide you like this. It's like there's no male or female. You have a masculine and a feminine scale. That's it. It's a 0 to 10 rating. That's all it is.
Right.
I mean, a lot of these people, it's real heavy to the people that just, I mean, and the thing is, like, it's great to believe, right? But the thing is that, remember, what's in the middle of belief?
A lie.
Thing is that everybody's looking for something else to lean on, but they don't even look at themselves. Yeah.
Right.
It's like once you start believing yourself and trust yourself, that's why they teach. I mean, they're teaching us how to be better human beings throughout this whole thing, and people aren't catching on.
Right.
I mean, once you trust in yourself and believe in yourself, you start trusting in others and believing in others, and then.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. When I started subscribing to that, I saw more prayers being answered very quickly.
It's all manifestation, brother. All manifestation. That's it.
Right.
We have that power. We have manifestation, and once our DNA is all activated, because that our 97% junk DNA, that's going to get reactivated. We're going to have, manifestation, teleportation, telekinesis. I mean, we are way more powerful than people think. It's because of our brain. It's a quantum computer.
So the human brain is a quantum computer.
Yes.
Explain.
Once it's activated, because right now it's running at what? For some people, it's like 5 to 8%. That's it.
I know a couple of those people for sure. Probably done like 2, 3.
Less, yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of them. they're the ones that voted blue.
Right.
it's like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, dude, this is just like, I say you're not the sharpest pencil in the jar. That's a nice way of saying it.
I mean, you got to have losers too, right?
You're right.
I mean, not everybody can be winners. I mean, somebody's got to go hang with the Rothschilds.
I hear that.
That's it. That's why they have those oblong heads, those skulls, because that's the Anunnaki. That's the whole bloodline and everything. That's why they created.
Okay. Let me just challenge you on this.
Yeah.
My elbow is so ashy. I've been scratching. Let me just challenge you on this, because from what I understand, the fallen ones were trespassers on the earth, and they didn't necessarily create mankind, but they attempted to enslave mankind. They created our matrix. They created our reality to a certain extent.
Well, the thing is that what everybody's missing in this whole story is why we were here in the first place. The Igigis. Everybody forgets about the Igigis. They were the 300 original ones that the Anunnakis used as slaves for gold, for their atmosphere, Nibiru. The thing is that the Igigi were like, well, hell, we're just going to go ahead and raise up and, we're going to fight the Anunnaki. We're not going to put up with this, because there were more of them than there were of the Anunnaki. Well, Anunnaki just just slaughtered them all. Well, then they were like, well, who's going to do all our work? That's when Enki and his mom, Ninurshag, that's real close, got to creating us.
Human beings.
Yes. And the thing is that then they created that, but we also were given this, certain ones were given this God spark, and we were the ones that were trapped here. That's why they have Hillary on ice up in Greenland right now. Because
Hillary Clinton is on ice.
Oh yeah, cryogenically frozen. They cannot kill her.
It's crazy. I did hear that, but so you think that's true?
Oh yeah.
She's on ice where?
Greenland.
I heard she
was cryogenically frozen. We can't kill her.
Why is that?
That's not our job. That's a higher being. She's that big in this. She's Lilith.
She's who?
Lilith.
Who's Lilith?
Well, you got Lilith and Inanna. I mean, all throughout time, they were all different people. But Inanna was because you have a masculine and feminine everything, right? So you have the moon. So when they have the Babylonian moon god, Sin, the feminine is Inanna. So that was essentially Hillary. And it's just like Lilith in the whole Adam and Eve story and everything like that. Lilith was Adam's first wife, and they actually gave birth to Cain. Yeah, it gets real deep because they took so much out of the Bible and everything that it's just.
So, in terms of the galactic revelations, in your opinion, what do you think it's coming?
Oh, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. But the thing is that we have to. The biggest thing that we have to do is learn. We have to all learn from this. And that's why, like, a lot of times people like ask me about things in the future. I'm like, well, that'll happen. The future is going to be there for us. We're biologically immortal entities. That's it. It's proven. I've got documents on it. Probably not supposed to have it, but do. But I mean, the top secret levels on it. I mean, you're talking, Majestic, Triune, Zodiac. I mean, all the top ones. And they start talking about the whole Human Genome Project. And then they mention that we're biologically immortal entities. That's why they're harvesting our DNA. They're trying to see, because we have resurrection technology as well built in. We don't die. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
man, I'm trying to resurrect.
I'm telling you. You don't think that God just came down and said, "Well, yeah, we're just gonna let Jesus live on this." It's like he just came back to life. Like,
I'm gonna be honest.
This place.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There's gonna be a lot of culture shock. I mean, that's just putting it nice. That's putting it very nicely. There's going to be some culture shock, and there's going to be some real trauma. The word came to my mind. It's called rabbit hole trauma. Post rabbit hole trauma.
I think they should be more worried about whole Roman Catholicism and what it really is and what it really stands for. Because once people realize that, that's the 99% that's going to be in hospital. It's a bad one.
Yeah, well, I mean, waking up is not that easy, man. Especially when you're waking up suddenly.
It's not. But the thing is, we have to wake up now because we're at risk of losing it all.
Right.
And the thing is that we cannot lose.
No,
we won't lose.
We're not going to lose.
We're not. And the thing is that what is power? Power is knowledge. I'm not saying that you have to listen to me, trust me, or anything like that, but, do your own research, do your own due diligence. Got documents drawn over everywhere. I mean, looks like a pigsty right now, but it's insane. Some of the documents that we put together and came up with this. I mean, it's like, like when they mentioned the NK in the drops and it has the dots under it. Well, it has another meaning. That's Enki. ENKI. That's it. I mean, it's so just,
And Enki being an ancient deity?
Yeah, one of our creators. He's the one that created us. Enlil wanted us dead. Enlil was his brother.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why is it not? Why is this particular narrative not spoken of when they speak of either A, the Judeo-Christian God and he created us through the dirt, or B, the Galactic Federation and the Pleiadian race seeded humanity on the earth?
It's all about control.
So
they control the narrative.
So
That's it.
You think the Galactic Federation is a lie too?
No, the Galactic Federation is actually who's getting sued by the Intergalactic Confederation. What? In that whole lawsuit. Yeah. That's where the Pope comes in. Yeah. And that's where they talk about Peter, and Peter's actually Lucifer. When they say like the chair of Peter and all that at the Vatican.
Yeah.
That's Lucifer's chair. Why do you think the doors are all so tall? I mean, look at us. I mean, do we need doors that big? No.
Right.
Who was actually there? Why didn't he, what's in the Vatican? What's really in the Vatican Library? And thank God for like Russell J. Gould and those guys.
Isn't that what they was hiding from us? That's all of the hidden knowledge, the Ashtar record.
Oh yeah.
So what's actually do you know exactly what records?
Your Ashkaic records and all that? Yeah. No, that's not in the Vatican vault. No. That's way bigger than we could ever think. I mean,
I heard that when they raided the Vatican, that they took the gold and they took that at the same time.
They probably took all the stuff from the Library of Alexandria that they pillaged. And also, I mean, they took all the stuff from the Knights Templar and everything. That's why, this is that actual, like the second coming, and it's the Militant Order of Christ. And guess who's the head of it?
Who?
Donald John Trump. There he is.
All right, break that down to me again, because I've been trying to put this together for a long time. Go ahead.
All right. So the thing is that, how they talk about like Red Castle, Green Castle, and all that, right?
Yeah.
The thing is that in Portugal, after the Knights Templar was disbanded and they were burned at the stake, and King Philip in France, he ordered this, and that's with one L. He ordered it to be done because he owed the Templars so much money in the war against England. So he thought, well, if he just kills them off and then says that they're like heretics and, all this other shit, that naturally people are going to go against him and that he's freed from debt. Well, the problem is that the Vatican actually has a letter stating that, no, that's not what happened. They were actually free and clear. They had him killed anyways. And that was like Jacques de Molay and everything. That's why he said, because it was it Pope Innocent?
But hold on, let me ask you a question. You talked about the return of Christ somehow manifesting itself through a secret order that is called the Order of Christ.
The Military Order of Christ.
The Military Order of Christ.
Yes.
Where Donald J. Trump is the head of that order. And who founded that order?
Oh, it was founded right after the Knights Templar disbanded in 1307. And it was founded, about a few years after that? And it was founded in Portugal. And the thing is that there's 3 castles in Portugal. And 2 of the castles are public, one's private. The one private one, its name is Castle Monsanto. I'm sure you know that name.
Monsanto?
Monsanto.
No, I never heard of that.
The GMOs? Monsanto?
I don't know who.
They put all the stuff in the food and everything.
I know what a GMO is, yeah, but
it's like Bayer Monsanto, Monsanto.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big company that does it.
Oh.
And the thing is that in this.
What about Camelot?
Oh, that's all like, that's a whole, that happened too. I mean, it all happened. There were twins. There are always two. Remember, God always created two of everything.
So
That's what
there's
brings
this
that.
secret order. It's called the Military Order of Christ. Trump somehow got it. He's initiated into this, so was
it's
it
in his
during his
bloodline.
presidency or before?
It's in his bloodline.
It's in his bloodline.
His dad's middle name was Christ, and his grandmother's maiden name. Yeah, his grandmother's maiden name was Christ. Oh yeah, you look all the way down. I'm telling you, man, the Kennedys and the Trumps are like this.
So are you trying to tell me that? Okay. So are you trying to say that this particular military order is somehow descendants of Christ, or they represent Christ?
Donald Trump's a quasar.
What you mean by that?
He's a Q3 and a Q5. He was sent here by God. He's anointed. That's why when everybody meets him, like there's like this aura around him. Like even when President Reagan met him, he said that he thought he was shaking the hands of the president when he met Donald Trump. I mean, yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I realize he's anointed. I mean, we've been saying that for a long time. We recognize he's anointed and that God is using him. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes I just kind of leave it that he's out of this world, because there's so many blanks.
Well, because he is. I mean, honestly, I mean.
So what do you mean he's a quasar? What do you mean by that?
The thing is that there's two sets of books on this earth. There was textbooks and X textbooks. The X textbooks were meant for us, just to give us enough of the truth that we're still ignorant. The textbooks were meant for the higher ups that had the real truth in it. And we got them. That's where the whole quasars come from. The Q3 and Q5, when you see the Q plus, the thing is that phonetically speaking, when they like the plus sign, it makes the sound of a C. Like C, right? Yeah. And C is the third letter of the alphabet, right? So there's your Q3, quasar. Q plus is Trump, right? There's no Q4, and it jumps to Q5. That is, the one chosen from God to come here. And Q3 and Q5 are one and the same.
Now let me ask you this, because many of us are star seeds. Do you think he's aware of this, or did he live most of his life as a human being and not being aware of his purpose?
Oh, he was told back in the 60s that he was going to be the one to save the world. He knew it back then. They told him.
You know what's interesting? I mean, I remember when I was doing when I was making the video for the Michael Jackson thing and everything, I went back and I got all these old clips of Donald Trump back when he was young, back in the 80s and all this. And I always looked at his, I realized he was taking on the Illuminati. Back then, I realized he was standing against them and he was a target of the Illuminati, but he just seemed so fearless and he seemed very protected. And it seemed almost unnatural because in the previous order, you just didn't do that. You know what I mean?
And the thing is with him, because this whole battle is between the 5-5 also, it's the 5 crime families of New York and the 5 crime families of Chicago going at it. Because you got the Clintons and the Rodhams and everything like that, and Chicago's whole mix going against New York. Well, the thing is that in New York, there was a lot of stuff going on because there was this Brookhaven laboratory where they were using it was almost like a CERN, but they were using like electromagnetic. I mean, they were like trying to learn about like time travel, this. I mean, it was like really high tech. Donald Trump had the inside scoop on all that. So
Right.
what did he do? He went and told his uncle. Because every time they would fail, well, John G. Trump and all that, they would figure it out. Because he knew Tesla. John G. Trump and Tesla were tight.
Right.
And it all happened in New York. That's why, like, Long Island, that is like, that's like ground zero right there. That's why Donald Trump put his tower right there. And you got Rockefeller Center and everything like that. It's like boom, going right against the Rockefellers. That is the family that's Y. The lowercase y, that's them. Because they are the disease spreaders. They're the super spreaders.
So let me ask you this. As we march towards, because we know the election is going to get, well, I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to, well, I believe that they're going to just do arrests. That's what I truly believe. I don't know if this is going to be,
They've been doing them. I can see that. I can see the airplane. I can see the helicopter all over the house every night.
Right. Yeah, I know we talk about it all the time on my platform. Every day I try to tell these guys they've been doing arrests. They want to see it on television. And what I mean by they're going to do an arrest in terms of waking up the public, they intend on having some type of public announcement of the crimes of treason, the crimes of sedition, interfering with the election, and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And, when I look at the election coming to an end, it's kind of hard for me to believe that they're going to try to follow through with this without acknowledging the voter fraud.
But the thing is that what's the big mass arrest? It's all of Congress. The whole thing. Remember, Trump resigns under Nacera. Everybody's got to go. Then they have special elections. That's all.
Right? I didn't realize
that. And it has to be under the blockchain, and it has to be under military watch. The thing is that when they said that they're spread the vaccines and all, the military is going to be handing it out. There's no vaccine. Oh, COVID. I mean, if people would stop getting vaccines, those are the bioweapons. If people would understand that, what they're, if they go for a flu shot or whatever, what happens right after that? They get sicker than a dog.
Right.
And the thing is that with New York and Cuomo, that's why their nursing home rates were so high, because every time there's a death in a hospital or a nursing home, they get $1 million under the C'est La Vie Trust for our birth certificate, because we're commodities. That's it. So how many people died in this? And who did the counting? Dominion counted. They counted the COVID deaths. So was it really 200-something thousand? No.
Really?
No, it wasn't.
They use that technology for the COVID pandemic as well.
Yep. And the thing is, it's all the Black Hats. It's all DEF CON. That's their little hackers that hang out in Vegas and all that. That all these they're just, that's all they are. I mean, they're mindless. Not I would say mindless, but
there's so many layers to what's going on here, and I think that's one of the things that people really struggle with. The fact is that it's just so many layers, and
it's big. And to even try to comprehend all this, you literally have to put your all into it and do nothing else. And then you're still going to need help from the outside. And the thing is, that's why we have divine intervention. That's why we have each other. That's it.
Right. The collective, right?
That's it. Because we have to do it as a team. In fact, right here, you can look it up. Under DEF CON, it's under two. It's split. DEF and CON. It's two words, right? Because the DEF, it's the 3 on the phone, right? And they were called the freakers, right? They were the ones that were doing all the scamming and all that, like long distance calls and all that. But when they came out that movie, what was it? What was it called? It was an old movie too. Hackers. It's all started DEF CON. And the thing is, it says right here, they had a voting machine village in Vegas, no less. In September 2017, the voting machine village produced DEFCON 25 voting machine hacking village report on cyber vulnerabilities in U.S. election equipment, databases, and infrastructure. Summarizing its findings, the findings were publicly released at an event sponsored by the Atlanta Council, and the paper went on to win an O'Reilly Defender Research Award. And the thing is that this Marcus Hutchins, he was his handle was Malware Tech. He's a 23-year-old British security researcher, and he was credited with stopping the WannaCry outbreak. Was arrested by the FBI at the airport, preparing to leave the country after attending DEF CON over his alleged involvement with the Kronos banking Trojan. That's in 2017. 2018, in March, the DEF CON voting machine hacking village was awarded a Cybersecurity Excellence Award. The award cites both the spurring of a national dialogue around securing the U.S. election system and the release of the nation's first cybersecurity election plan. Why did they win that award? Because they won the House. Remember, we didn't care about the House. Senate was the key. The House isn't shit. That's the coven. That's why they all wear white during the State of the Union address. They're all witches. That's the Council of 13. Some others at Darkness Castle in Belgium. I mean, it's dirty. I mean, it gets like downright just like all this witchcraft and just pure evil. I mean.
So let me ask you a question. Would NESARA GESARA be inactivated? And shout out to everybody who's been on my channel. You know, I've been saying welcome to NESARA GESARA since the election. I just got a little hunch in my spirit. I didn't know. I'm not an insider. I'm not a government insider. I just listened to the voice. The voice is what led me here. And that's what God told me to say. I've been saying that since the election. I've been telling my subscribers, welcome to NESARA GESARA. I did not realize it was activated. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I just was obeying God. In your opinion, how does that change everything for us? I mean, how's that changing life as an American?
I mean, it's not even life as an American. It's life as humanity.
Okay.
Because we're talking like on a grander scale.
Okay.
Because I mean, you think about it, like, I mean, we could sit here and like, we're Americans, but I mean, there's patriots, you know, across the pond that are fighting with us. There's patriots, you know, over in Australia, they're on our side. I mean, everybody's with us in Scotland, you know, England, everywhere. I mean, Africa, everything. I mean, I talk to people from everywhere, and it's just like, it's so refreshing to know that it's like.
What's your thoughts on Africa? Because I've been talking to people from Africa. I've gotten different views. They're talking about obviously the rampant corruption, and obviously not just the Chinese, but the elites have robbed the African continent of its resources. I think the U.S. would be a great ally for Africa to help Africa develop and a strategic partner for America. What's your thoughts?
Well, the thing is that the Chinese aren't raping them or anything like that or taking anything away from them. The thing is that what's under the ground in Africa, like Zimbabwe, that is what's huge, because those are the, you know, I mean, you're talking about the minerals and the high end, like the high end, you know, I mean, we think like gold and silver. I mean, there's stuff under millions of dollars an ounce. Okay. That's why Zimbabwe is so key in this. They're massive in this.
Okay.
And the thing is that what they want to do is they want to create, they got rid of the elite, because you can't have elite. You know, elite means a ruling and like a ruling class. That's why they came out with the humanitarians. Mm-hmm. That's what the whole RV is about. That's what everything's about. That's why that has to kick off before this.
What's your thoughts on the RV?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming like.
Hey, as I see it, when they say it's good, then it's good. They know when. Gotcha. It's like, you know, they are the only ones that know when to release it, because the Dragon families are the ones that are backing it. And that's China. The good China.
Loud and clear.
Because the thing is that, you know, with every good, there's bad. You know, you have China, you have the communist China, which the communists are actually, I mean, what people don't understand is like, and people are like, oh, democracy, this and that. Democracy plus socialism is communism. That's it. I mean, that was in Mao's little red book of communism. I have it. Democracy plus socialism. I mean, you have democracy, and then you had Bernie Sanders and all that pushing socialism. I mean, you were one step away from communism. And who created communism? I mean, it just didn't come out of thin air.
Right.
You know, I mean, this has everything to do with the CIA, with the Vatican. I mean, it's everything. I mean, it's right. It's right. The thing is that because there's tons of books out there, like The Secret History of the Jesuits, right? Because the Jesuits are the ones that started communism, and they started it in. It was either Paraguay or Uruguay. It was one of the two. I think it was Uruguay. And it was in the 1600s, and they went 1600s to 1700s, and they went there and just pretty much slaughtered everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they incited their communism. It's all about, control, because it's just like the mask. Why are people wearing a mask? When people are like, oh, well, if that's what they asked us to do, then no, that's not, no. Why?
Right.
It's like, if you're going to, they say, oh, you can wear a bandana, you can wear this, that, but it's like, none of that stops the virus. Virus isn't, no.
Right.
A virus is protein encapsulated. So it's like, it's not like it's completely airborne. So it's like a virus is, it's spread by, like a saliva or something like that. But it's like, they tell you to wear a mask, and then they say you have to stay 6 feet away. Then they say, well, you can't have family over. You can't do this. And what it's doing is it's knocking everybody down, and it's getting people's morale so down, and they're feeding off of it.
Well, you know what? It's funny. That's one of the reasons why when I do my lives, a lot of times I feel the need to motivate people and to raise the vibration. And sometimes I do that by, laughing and joking. And people think that I'm some incompetent anon or whatever. Tell us what's in the underground bunker. And I'm like, listen, man, we need some light.
Yeah, and that's it.
We need to have some boldness and some confidence and some laughter, and to be free and to express ourselves as free, because, the deeper you go into that rabbit hole, because rabbit hole is something.
Man, I'll tell you, it's bad. It's really bad. I mean, hey, if people want to go start traveling down there, go ahead.
Thank you, my brother. I say the same thing. I like, man, listen, man, I've been down that thing, and I'm going to be honest with you, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
like down there, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, people are talking about the whole
what I need to know, and I'm good, man. I don't want to know about what kind of cup do they drink the blood in, and
Yeah, no.
I don't want to hear no more, man. And then when you get the new people, then they're new and they're fresh in the movement.
Yeah, it's like you have no idea. It's like they instantly want to turn this into a horror film. It's like, you guys don't understand that all the movies have been real.
Right.
It's like all that stuff happened.
Right.
And you think about some of the horror movies that are out there. That's why they promote them so much.
Let's go through some.
Well, you got like Hostel, you've got Saw, you've got all those. I mean,
what about like the old ones, like Vampire and
vampires are real.
Werewolves.
All real. Vampires are 100% real. They're in Hollywood.
Because is that not a picture of adrenochrome? Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's like the
whole
Sanctum,
drinking the blood.
The SNCTM, that whole sex cult and everything. That's what it's all about. I mean, they're all vampires. Liz Crokin included. She's a big one, and people still follow her. Liz Crokin. I've went after her numerous times on Facebook. I mean, with all the proof and everything that I've produced, it's like, how can you not? How can you not go against this? And the thing is, it's like, it's all about like money and this and that, and all she says is Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, and Pizzagate. That's it. It's like, you were saying that back when I started, and you're still saying that now. And I'm rambling on about Enki and Lowell and this, that. It's like, where have you advanced? You haven't.
Right.
You refuse to advance because you refuse to out your own people.
Right.
Why are you out in Hollywood?
Right.
Why are you bumping elbows with Motley Crue and Kiss? And it's like,
what?
They all sold their souls. That's it.
You know what's funny, bro? It's like, I realize that as as we get closer and closer to, that time running out, you're starting to see people are showing themselves, and it's really strange. You start to see people for who they really are. The traders are coming out, the snakes.
But that's good. That's good.
The people who were, they were kind of, it seemed like they were neutral. Come to find out, they're all the way to the left.
Well, the thing is that there's more good than bad.
Right.
We do know that. And the thing is that, remember, infiltration over invasion. We have our insiders as well. Don't think AOC +3, who's the +3? It's not their squad. It's Mueller, Rosenstein, and Comey.
That's I see, it's interesting. I see
you. And the thing is, like,
Super 5D.
Exactly. I mean, they've been doing this. This whole plan has been up and going on since the end of Vietnam. And that's the thing. There's no way that Mueller could be bad. None. And the thing is that when
let me ask you a question. Could he be used by the white hats and not know it?
Oh, no. The thing is that they were all blackmailed. Yeah, blackmailed, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, when they say that they're going to, cut off your head of your daughter and everything like that, it's like, you're pretty much going to do what they say because they're not screwing around. But the thing is that did you tell the others about it? Yeah, you did. Did you still have to do it? Yeah, you did. Did you feel good about it? No, not at all. And that's the thing. I mean, think about what lags on their conscience. I mean, think about the conscience game. I mean, and the thing is, some of the things that they've had to see. I mean, and know that the light is at the end of the tunnel and they just have to suck it up and do it.
Right. Well, I encourage them to do it because you're a piece of shit if you don't. I hate your guts. I hope you do it. I hope you stand for what's right. I hate them.
And that's the thing. They all did. I mean, they all, everybody's doing their part.
Are you trying to say, so in your opinion, you think, so that means that Comey is not going to be thrown to the wolves? I think, isn't Comey going to be chopped into little pieces and thrown to the alligators?
Why? What did Comey do? When did Comey say that he wasn't going to have Hillary Clinton arrested for or indicted for her emails? It was October 28th, 2016.
Wasn't he involved in Obamagate, Comey?
They were all involved. But the thing is, they were insiders.
So he was involved as an insider.
Yeah. If you look at Comey and where he went all the way throughout his career, him and Mueller, oh, man. Oh, the information that they got.
Yeah, that's interesting, but that's a hard one, Brother Jay.
Hey, but you know what? To get information, that's why Kushner and all that, that's why they went after that 666 Rockefeller Plaza. They weren't in it for the building. They were in it for the surveillance, the audio and video, and they got it. They didn't give a damn about the building.
The surveillance of what though? What were they investigating? The Verichip company?
Of the whole New York. They had everything.
What else was based out of 666?
Rockefeller. I mean, when you think Rockefeller, I mean, yeah, 666
Rockefeller Plaza. It was
yeah, it was Rockefeller.
666. What's the name of the street? Not Fifth Avenue. Was it
Fifth Avenue is where Trump is.
No. It was 666. What's the name of the street?
And yeah, it's Sixth. It's Sixth Avenue and hold on a second. Let me see. I got a map around here somewhere.
So there was other companies inside of that building besides Verichip?
Oh yeah.
I know that the Chinese had a didn't the Chinese have a one of their banks inside of that building?
The communist Chinese were spying on us, and they were using universities and all their students. And like Stanford was big in this. Because I mean, look at their proximity in California. I mean, California, and it's sad to even like have to tell people in California this. It's like, your people, the four families, you got the Browns, the Gettys, Pelosi's, and then you have the Browns, Gettys, Pelosi's, and there's one more. Oh, I hate that. But they sold out California to Rome because that's the whole black nobility and everything like that. The black nobility is actually, that's actually still, I mean, that's one of the big ones. That's why when you look at Pelosi, when you look at her brooches that she wears, she's always wearing like Roman, like serpents and all this other shit. And it's like, you never see her with an American flag. And if you see her holding one, oh my God, it looks like she's getting ready to scream in agonizing pain.
Right.
It's like, so let me get this straight. So you're going to say that that's okay. But then a guy, Trump goes up and hugs the flag and they want to sit here and dog him. It's like, that's when people have to realize that Operation Mockingbird, I mean, it is beyond satanic.
All right, so I got a couple more for you, Q, while I got you. And then we're gonna have to part two, because I'm gonna have a million questions. I gotta keep asking.
Anytime.
Juan O'Savin. What's your thoughts on Juan O'Savin? And are you gonna be on that conversation with Charlie Ward and Juan O'Savin?
I'd love to be.
Oh, okay.
I was asked.
I think you'd be good on
that. I know just being on Charlie Ward is just, I mean, that I know I'm probably going to throw up before.
Well,
I'm just, I don't know why. It's just, I mean, now it's like you're talking to the people that like you actually like watch and like, like listen to and everything. It's like, now you're getting to spread your knowledge. It's like,
you're letting your nuts,
and they're so down to earth. Yeah.
We call it letting your nuts hang, brother. Let your nuts hang.
But for me, I don't consider myself anything better than anybody else. Because I'm not. That's it.
You're a patriot.
Whatever happened, we're all patriots. I mean, we're all just, we're fed up with the bullshit of being lied to, and we want the truth.
So let me ask you a question. What's your thoughts on Juan O'Savin? Your opinion?
Beyond patriotic. Beyond. Who he is, I couldn't even tell you. And the thing is that honestly, for me, it don't even matter, because as long as you're a patriot and as long as you're fighting the fight, I could care less what you look like. I care less what you walk like, anything, because that's why we're doing this all online. We're doing this. You can't even see half the people because, you're doing it without discretion, without reservation. You're doing it as one.
They seem to have unleashed him strategically, to clear up any miscommunications that's floating around in the community. And they seem to have released him strategically to put us into the proper trajectory. He seems to be serving that role. He seems to be in his own kind of, it's almost like this kooky, comical character kind of way, this mysterious kind of way. In his own way, he's directing us. But
the thing is, nobody can say he doesn't know his shit. He does.
Well, he's an insider. He's definitely inside.
Well, and the thing is that, when people really realize, what people had to sacrifice in order for us to survive as humanity, for America to survive. You're talking, after everything that, I personally have put into this, I don't even feel like I've even given enough.
Yeah,
that's how big this is. I feel the
same way. That's why I look at people, and I just want to say this. I want to shout out to all the people out there that's trying to exploit our movement and trying to make it about themselves. And one thing that my mentor taught me this years ago, and he told me, he said, being a leader comes with fame. He said, Jesus was famous. Jesus, everybody knew Jesus everywhere he went. He was a known person. You know what I'm saying? But he sacrificed himself long before he got on the cross. He sacrificed his majesty. He left his heavenly abode. He left his glory, and he lowered himself to become like a human being and walk amongst us. So he had already made the sacrifice just to be here. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when I see people and it's like a self thing going on, you know, everything's about the self, and then they want to, they're in a contest with everybody. They want to be, they're competing with the Q and movement and this and that. These are the same ones that'll flip on the drop of a dime. And so I try to call it out because it's not beneficial to our movement.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, you know, that's why they say be careful who you follow. I mean, called out a couple already, have no problem with doing that. But the thing is, it's like for that, it almost feels like it's like a negative. And the thing is, that's not what I'm aiming for, because we have to keep on the positive, because if we go negative, they feed off it. If we stay positive and upbeat and we realize like, look, we already won. We're in a movie. That's all we are. They said all this for a LARP. We're the live action role players.
Right.
We're the ones that are just sitting here. It's like they have control of us. You know, if you think about like MK Ultra, like that mind control, well, who's to say that you couldn't use it for good on ordinary Americans or ordinary humans?
Absolutely.
And have them get the knowledge out there.
Of course.
Because I mean, if you think about it, I mean, the synchronicities that we go through in a day, if people even count them, it's insurmountable. I mean, every time you look at the clock, 11:11. It's like, really? It's like,
right,
yeah. It's like, it's not even flashing either. It's like just there. It's like, it's almost like, you know, everything's right with the universe. Everything's right with you. You're on the right path. That's why, you know, people need to study the numbers. Like I never really got into the whole gematria deal, because it's almost like a multiple choice. Because I mean, you see some of the answers, it's like, yeah, it's like,
nah, that's real, dog.
No. But the thing is that, remember the words, numbers, right? Thing is that you look at some of these gematria places and they'll have like 50 or 60 entries, right? And the thing is like, you'll see like Jesus Christ has come again, and then you'll see like 5 down, like Troy's mom's a whore. It's like, what is this? Multiple choice, or just, you know, which one do we pick?
But see, like, the thing with gematria is also very time sensitive. So it's not about just what you're looking at. It's also about when you're looking at it, because it can make no sense today and make all the sense in the world tomorrow. That's the thing about gematria. Gematria is very real, man. That shit's crazy.
But the thing is,
I don't even like looking at it too much.
But the problem is that, remember, with spelling and letters and words, I mean, that's, you're casting spells, you know. That's why they say, what, you know, forked tongue, everything like this, like, you know, be sure what you're gonna say when you say it, because, you know,
yeah,
you can't take it back.
I don't even like looking at it, because it's really a rabbit hole. It's something that, you know, it's nothing to play with.
But the thing is,
I'll just check out, see what's
and the thing is, there are people that are really good at it, and that's the thing. There are people in the Patriot movement that are awesome at it, that can actually go in there and actually boom, know exactly what, pick it up, boom, 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 and not be confused or amused by all the other stuff, because it's like, maybe that's not your part, that's their part.
Yeah,
and it's like everybody has parts in this.
Hey, my brother, me and you are very much alike, man. I feel the same. That's how I found out about Timmy Decode. See, like a lot of people, they don't give me no credit, my brother. But I'm gonna be honest with you. When he came to me, Timmy Decode, he don't talk to him. I don't hear from him no more. But when he came to me at first, you know, he said, I got this thing, you know, nobody won't listen to me. I went to all of the big websites and none of them would listen to me, brother. I said, all right, let me see what you got, man. I sat there and I listened to what he had, and I said, yeah, this is something we need to know about. It was a very powerful message that was coded into an old movie from 2001, Donnie Decode. And I put him on Front Street. I blasted it out to everybody. And, you know, from then he connected with the vice president. Everybody kind of found out about it. And, you know, he showed me how to use the technology. And I explained to a lot of people, you know, this is a unique thing that he has a passion for. Even though I know where the software is and I know how to use the software myself, I still like to defer to him when I'm interested in decoding something because of he has a knack for it. I value what he brings to the table. And I think sometimes inside of this movement, there's this whole idea where like, there's a lot of people, they want to be the one-stop shop. They think they got everything. They don't need anybody. They don't need a Prime. They don't need a Jason Q. They don't need a Timmy. They don't need nobody. They have everything. And I'm just like, there's no such thing as one-stop shop for truth. When you go down that rabbit hole, you're going to have to take a stop and see the Jason Q. You're going to have to stop and see a Prime. You're going to have to stop and see different ones, for you to come all the way and then get the full picture.
Because the thing is, we had to do the same thing. I mean, we all started somewhere. I mean, I started with Phil McConnell and the Able Danger videos and everything. I mean, yeah, they're 3 hours long. But the thing is, I mean, you can get some information out of those that is like, beyond legendary. And I mean, when I look at like, because I have like everything like all archived and everything, and trust me, I'm not even, that's why it's like, I laugh about that. I'm like, this is not me. I was never like this in school. I was never like this in anything. It's like, it's almost like you're drawn to it and you're locked in and you know that this is what you have to do.
Right.
And the thing is like everything happens for a purpose and everything happens for a reason. It's like, well, it's like, do you walk away from a $100,000 career? I mean, seriously, who does that?
Right.
I mean, for what? I mean, the thing is that, once you start understanding that everything that you've been associated with is a complete lie, and it's all run by the whole Freemasonic, just Illuminati, you're like, no. I mean, you have to have a moral compass somewhere,
Yeah.
And once you start digging in this, it's like you can't stop.
Yeah, I know.
Because if you're at that spot where like we were with the whole, what they were getting ready to do, the whole, because COVID wasn't even the big thing. It was that Yersinia pestis, which is the pneumonic plague. That's what they were going to unleash on us, the Black Death. That's why Trump kept on talking about the plague. It was the Black Death, Black Plague. It rattled Europe in 1300s, and the case fatality rate was like 99 to 100%, and that's where the whole plague doctors came in. The ones with the big long snouts, the masks, and the leather coats. That's where they came in, because it all started in China at the Silk Road with the rats and the fleas actually, burrowing into the rats. And they ended up with this bacteria inside of their stomach, which every time that they would like bite something, it would vomit. So they would be spreading this disease all the way, to everyone. Mm. So they were going to actually do this again with the fleas and put them on the dogs. And dog is a man's best friend. I mean, people are, if you get bit by a flea, and it could cause this, and within 2 to 6 days, death. I mean, that's taking it lightly. Big balls of pus all over you, and just like, I mean, the worst ever. Yeah. I mean, that's what they had planned.
Well, they failed, and I'm very happy for our president and for the alliance.
Well, the thing is that it's right here. I mean, we have it. That's Obama's playbook. And we have a copy. And it's right here on page 9, because they talk about the respiratory pathogens and all that, the novel influenza viruses and everything, and how the H1N1 had a 0.01% and 0.04 case fatality rate, right? Now the H7N9 in China had a 34% case fatality rate, but the US, they had a vaccine stockpiled, right? But it wasn't spreading from person to person as fast as they wanted it to. I mean, they were going to kill us all. That's exactly what they wanted to do. That's why they went to Yersinia pestis. That's the Y, the capital Y in a kill box. Yeah. And it's the pneumonic plague, fleas from rodents, chipmunks, prairie dogs, ground squirrels, mice, and other mammals. But then it says dogs. And as dogs, in parentheses. It says equals, and it has a greater than. It says human to human. It says 100% case fatality rate for delayed treatment.
That's crazy.
I mean, they were gonna pit man. They thought, man against beast. They were gonna pit us against our own animals. And what are you gonna do? I mean, nobody knows where it's coming from. I mean, you get bit by a flea. I mean, it's nothing. But then your whole leg starts turning black and your flesh starts dying. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, like I said, that's why I'm so grateful for Trump, and I'm so grateful for this administration and for what God is doing, and for the Galactic Federation and for our angels. My thing is this, when I look at people and they support Obama and they're defending these guys, these deep state guys, these pedophiles, these cannibals, you know what I'm saying? It's just such a weird thing. There's just, I look at them and I say, man, like even me as an African American, I look and I see, other African Americans supporting Joe Biden, and I'm like, this guy's a racist, bro.
He gave a eulogy. He gave a eulogy to Richard Byrd. I mean, and he was like like that. I mean, what is it? The Imperial Cyclops of the fucking Klan? I'm like, he's like, that's my friend. I'm like, I mean, if they would watch clips,
it don't matter, brother. It don't matter. It don't matter. They can watch a clip.
I'm telling you, when he was saying the N-word in Congress,
it don't matter
freely, and I'm like, I'm sitting here, I'm like,
you want to know some real shit? They will forgive him, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This shit's crazy.
But the thing is that it's because of the Democratic Party.
I know that.
I mean, they're trying to issue in socialism and they're trying to bring in communism.
Yeah, but it also just shows the power of the programming of the media is really fucking powerful, man.
That's why you need to take that TV and throw it right out the window.
Right.
People need to stop watching
I like
TVs.
my TV because I'm not programmed.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that because once you get to a certain knowledge level, you see through the bullshit. You see through the lies.
I know. I've been up for a long time, bro. I've been up since I've been going down the rabbit hole since I want to say 1999, all the way to about. I saved myself and I stopped at about 2011. 2011, 2012, I couldn't take no more. I couldn't take the digging and the Luciferianism and the codes and the symbols it was too much. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to drive myself nuts. And I just said, I'm going to start acting like a regular person. Fuck it.
and the thing is, like, for me, I looked at it. I'm like, you know what? You throw your hands up in the air and say, everything that you've been told was a lie. And you have to just reteach yourself. That's it.
Yeah, well.
And started off at square one and went from there and went on and said, you know what? If they're telling us that the truth is out there, we could find it. Let's find it. I mean, it's almost like you feed off the energy of other patriots. It's like, that's why I never say like, the ego is the worst thing to even have in possession in this.
You're right.
This is something that's supposed to be done with no ego whatsoever.
Say it again, please.
Yeah, the ego.
Let me tell you what's going on in the movement, man, right now. Right? I can't get enough of exposing this shit. I'm so accurate. I'm so perfect. Everything I say is right. I'm this, I'm that. Sit your ass down. You're not that perfect. You're not that right. I like this one because this one over here versus this one over here. This is the people now. This one over here, because they used to do it to me too. I'm gonna be honest with you. They used to come over here to my channel when I first started. My channel was blowing up. I went from no subscribers to about 40, 50,000 subscribers in 4 months. My channel just blew up. And they will come over my channel and they'll be talking about how my channel is better than everybody else's channel, and this is their favorite channel, and I don't like their channel. And so, what I would do is I would turn around and say, well, let me tell you something. I want to shout out this one. I want to shout out that one. I want to shout out that one. And I supported these guys.
Yeah.
I supported these guys so that I could show the proper spirit of patriotism and unity.
But then show them who the better person is,
Yeah, but that's because I did my job as a patriot. But then when I look to see these little fuckers, they get one little interview. They get an interview. They get a little thing out there, or maybe they analyze something and they made a good connection that was for the movement and it was a connection. Now they want to be the grand poobah of the Great Awakening. Sit your ass down. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
I'll tell you honestly, this would be the last thing that I would want to have any fame in. How bad this is. I mean, this is.
Right.
That's why I mean I always stress, always we, never me. That when people, I don't like compliments. I don't. This is all of us. I mean,
You too,
that's it.
brother. God
I
bless
mean,
you.
don't. I don't like it. I don't. The whole ego thing. It's always bothered me.
It's weird, man.
Always,
It's weird. You watch these
always.
dudes and
You
they come up,
and
they're
you
always trying to. I said,
see
man,
it.
these dudes are so funny, man. They gotta stop. But you know what though?
And
The people have to start to pick up on the self-serving agenda. And I'm not talking about people who have a business or anything like that, because I'm not talking about that. You know what I mean? Because people, they do need support for this type of
yeah.
work. As you
Oh
know,
yeah.
you need
Oh
support.
yeah.
It's impossible to
Oh yeah. Yeah.
commit yourself on this level with absolutely no support. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the guys and the gals who is taking this platform, this event, as an opportunity to pin themselves either against other patriots, which I feel is morally wrong. It's just wrong to do it. It's wrong to do it. You see a patriot down and you pick them up. You don't go and try to point out, oh, well, Gene said this, but he wasn't right. Well, let me point, and you create that duality again. You create that Illuminati matrix inside of our movement. Is mortally wrong. You shouldn't do it. And when people see it, they should call it out and say, you know what? You shouldn't do that, because you know what? Prime be supporting your raggedy ass, even though your shit was off. I used to support a lot of these cats, man. On my channel, I used to have all of their channels listed on my channel. They'll come to my channel, you see Santa Surfer, Melissa Bataille, all of them listed all the way down to the bottom. I had all of the Patriots. I supported all of them, X22, all of them, and I still do. I still got love for them and I support them. But the thing is, loyalty got to go both ways.
Yeah.
It ain't just me doing it because I'm, some young guy out from the streets, and I'm not no desperate peasant. I'm a certified minister, man. I'm certified. You know what I'm saying? Just like you earned yours to be doing what you do, so have I in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here not by default. I'm here by divine providence. So my thing is, nobody's too big to somebody can't email you.
Yeah.
Nobody can talk to you, and and all this type of stuff. And just because you was right about something, don't mean that you use that to put the next person down. Because when somebody come to me about that, I say, listen, man. Because somebody came to me and started trying to speak, kick some negative shit about Gene Decode. I said, well, Gene Decode is one of the baddest motherfuckers that ever walked the face of the earth. Number one, and regardless of whatever he thought was going to happen, if it didn't happen that way, why do you try to take an opportunity like that to try to discredit to come against his credibility? This is what's going on in our movement. It has to get exposed, man.
The thing is that that's why I mean, yeah, I'll listen to like YouTube videos and all that, like while multitasking. But the thing is that they tell you to do your own research. It's like once you start, you can't stop. I mean, it is one of the truth is one of the greatest drugs that has ever been invented. And once you start finding the truth, and once you start putting together, and once you start understanding that we're all in this together and we're all here to help one another.
Yeah. I mean, everybody don't get it though, brother.
Yeah.
Everybody don't get it, brother. Trust me.
I mean, but the thing is, those are the ones that it's like, I just don't even, I don't even recognize them. I mean, there were a couple, you had the whole Kroken deal, and then you had Sather saying about Nasera that it's not even provable. And I'm like,
I mean, it's nothing wrong with having a difference of opinion. I mean, that's what a think tank is for.
But the thing is, when you sit here and say that, oh, nobody can prove this and all that, like you're like someone. It's like, well, did you look? Because I mean, for some reason, I mean, I got a ton of shit on it. It's printed out and everything. I mean, what do you want to know? I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, that's why when people say like nobody, it's like, why don't you be that somebody? And that's what you do. It's like, that's why, what we're doing here. I mean, when they say like archive everything offline, right? I mean, already on printer number 2. And I mean, we are like well over 150,000 pages, well over. I mean, close to 160,000, easy, of just pure knowledge documents, handwritten, everything. And it's just, I mean, we're all going to come together. We're all going to bring our knowledge together, and they're going to, not us, others can pick through all this. This is not my job. No, I mean, this is all going to be done.
Yeah,
we're the humanitarians. We're going to go actually help the world and all that. They can sit here and pick through this.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of growing to do. They're gonna have a lot of growing.
And I think then they can go ahead and make the volumes of knowledge and everything like that and disperse it to everybody.
I try to tell people that this movement is not purely political. It's not purely political. Political is a part of it, but it's also a spiritual movement too. You know what I'm saying?
The political is the worst part of it.
Yeah, political is it's a part that we hate, but at the end of the day, you know, that you have, but what I'm saying to you, my brother, is that there's some people who do not value other people in the movement. They think that they themselves are the beginning and the ending. They're the alpha and the omega. They think that they are the grand poobah of every fucking thing. And then what they do is they encourage people to come in the movement and act as if they know everything, because nobody knows everything.
No.
Nobody knows everything. And so what they do is they kind of come in with this kind of this air that, you know, to be on this, to do what we're doing right now, which is we're helping people, we're enlightening people. I have a small little slice of the pie to help people to wake up. You have a nice slice of the pie, and we all kind of, and it paints a big picture for the world, for us, for people to wake up and know the truth about Donald Trump, to know the truth about the establishment, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, and all this and that and the third. And then they come and they say, well, we don't need those other slices. All we need is me. And the other people who are following us, they see that example, and then they follow that example. This is the bad thing about it, because the Bible say a little leaven leavens the whole lump. So when you start seeing foul shit like that manifesting in your movement, you have to call it out so that it doesn't feel comfortable to grow like a bacteria and just spread to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because, and then now everybody's trying to compete with one another. They're trying to get, you know, I work with people who have no subscribers. I work with people who don't even have no subscribers. I don't care about that, man.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. And you guys, it's just weird, man.
I refuse to even make a YouTube channel. I don't want a channel. I've never, people are like, oh, you knew? No, I don't want one. Because what I need is structure. That's what I need. Because I could sit here and ramble on for hours about, and people be like, what the hell did he just say? It's like, don't know, but that's just what I know. And it's like, because you feed off of each other's, you know, interactions and each other's knowledge. And if you're not learning something from every interaction you're having with somebody, you're doing it the wrong way.
You are.
Because the thing is that, you know, like right now, we're learning stuff from one another that is just, it's mind blowing and everything. It's like, you know, like when you start with the whole God and you have the whole creator gods, it's like, you guys, everybody, it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as we as humanity love one another and understand that we need to come together.
It's hard to tell. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's one of the hardest things. I used to always think that unity was an easy thing to achieve. And I've realized more and more that there's a lot of enemies to unity. And a lot of times it's not the nefarious characters that we think is responsible for dividing humanity. A lot of times it'd be people that's amongst us with their own selfish agendas all the time, having a little selfish agenda. And in the same time, they're kind of in a very subtle way breaking the ranks, and they're kind of causing little frictions. And then somebody like me might come along and say, hey man, don't do that. Don't say that about him, or don't do that. You know, we're all together here, man. He made a mistake or whatever. It's all right. We all got difference of opinions. It's okay. We still need each other. And then you have, they want to kick, oh man, it's bad, man. It's just bad. It's bad. I'm tired of talking about it. I said I'm gonna stop talking about it because it seemed like I'm the only one who really gives a flying fuck. So I'm gonna stop talking about it.
I
got good energy on my
I definitely had my fair share of trolls in the beginning. But the thing is, when you hit them with knowledge and you show them, it's like, look, we can prove this. It's like, here's the documents. It's like, let's go through them and let's all make a valued opinion together from what's in front of us.
Right. Well, now when you still have people who will question your sources. Then they'll question your motives. I mean, I got people who will question everything about you. I'm not, not to question.
Well, everybody should question everything. They should question me. And the thing is, like, if you question me, well, then go ahead and do the work yourself. Because all I am is
It shouldn't take all that though.
And that's it.
The point is, if motherfuckers will get their fucking head up out of their asses and stop acting like this shit don't stink and realize that, you know, God created us to be like many cells in one body. You're not the whole entire body. You yourself are not the head, the shoulders, the arms, the torso, the legs, the feet. You're not the eyeballs, the nose, the mouth, the ears, and the whole damn thing of the body. If you're a fingernail, you're lucky. Sit your ass down. Be happy that you had a chance to play a part in saving the world and waking up the public. Be happy that God used you to save at least one. Be happy. And if you don't realize that the way that God created us and spiritually designed us on a spiritually, we're spiritually designed to work like the cogs inside of like the cogs inside of a clock or an engine. We're designed to move with one another to cause power to be created and affect things. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't that, you know, just because I have a good platform and people are being woken up on my platform, do you think that I actually think that they don't need to hear anything from anyone else on the planet Earth but me?
I hope people don't just follow me, or, I mean,
of course that's what people thinking. Many people are thinking like that, my brother. Trust me when I'm telling you that's going on in this movie.
And the thing is, like, that's when I just look at them and be like, you know what?
Shout out to Charlie Ward.
Well, I mean, trust me,
shout out to the real.
When Tara told me that and all that, I'm like, this morning, I'm like, what? I'm like, she had been trying to get a hold of you and get you on Charlie Ward. I'm like, wait, are we talking Charlie Ward in Spain? Charlie Ward or?
Nah, Charlie Ward, a good dude, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, but the thing is, it's like, for me, I don't know. I mean, it's almost like I'm just doing this with everybody else. That's all.
Nah, but you know, it's you got, at some point in time, you're gonna come to accept, just like I had to come to accept. Like at the end of the day, you know, they say one man's trash is another man's treasure. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was given, you know, I've had a wealth of experiences that made me valuable to the movement. I didn't realize it was taking an effect the way it was until I started really looking at the comments. And, you know, it took a long time for me to really realize, like, yo, wow, this shit is really resonating with people. Like, people are really, you know, I'm helping people wake up. People are learning. People are getting, you know, it took a while, but, you know, I'm qualified for that. My life qualified, and yours as well. That's what I'm trying to say, you know, and we serve with honor and nobility when we do what we do. You know, we don't do it for selfish purposes.
Yeah.
And, you know, God is going to raise you up. That's part of leadership. That's what my mentor used to always tell me. Because when I was a young minister, I used to always say, you know, man, you know, these guys are so crooked and they were all about themselves. And he said, yeah, well, you know, the way they're doing it is the wrong way. You learn from them what not to do. He said, let me just explain something to you. If you're going to be a leader for God, you're going to be known. People are going to know you. It's part of, you know, having a greatness on your life. You're going to be known. And so the thing is you have to be able to have some level of notoriety without it going to your head and without using it to create divisions and fractions amongst the movement. You yourself have to be a unifier. And just because you have something to offer, that doesn't negate anybody else's value. It doesn't negate anybody else's value. And if you're not going to encourage other people's value, then sit your ass down.
And the thing is that the only reason why I put a Q in the middle of the name is because I have another Facebook account and I want to make sure that I can actually distinguish between the two. Because one was packed full of liberals and people from work and all this, and that I didn't really, you know, it wasn't just bumping them. I mean, it was just like, you know, that's the real one. But now, you know, starting this one, it's just like, you know, you have to start over fresh. You want to start over new, and then that's it. So I just put a Q there because I'm just like, okay, well, this is the one that has all the Q stuff in it, and this is the one that has all the just assholes in it.
I'm gonna tell you like Jay told me from Spiritually Raw TV. He said, man, you're helping people, man. The people love you. He said, just enjoy the ride, brother. Just be yourself, brother. Just be yourself. Just do what you do, brother, and enjoy the ride, man. Just take it all in, man. And it took me a while to really accept that. And, you know, since then I've connected with my with my subscribers. I've kind of learned my place in this movement. I'm not just somebody who's bringing information, but I'm also an energy shifter. I'm here to bring a certain level of energy.
Well, and that's the thing. We have to have that, because what people don't understand is that you can't always have doom and gloom. You have to have some. That's when put stuff out. Yeah, do I put a humorous twist? You have to, because you have to put some kind of twist to it, where it's not always people are thinking negative. You have to keep them on that positive timeline. It's like, guys, it's already done. It's like, right. But we're learning everything in the past. That, yeah, is it a really shitty past? Yes, right. It is really bad. But the thing is that we need to learn and suck it up and understand that, you know what, we're not doing this again. We're, and understand that it's like, we're not going to have these Dracos and all this other shit here, these lizards infesting us and everything like that and taking over our governments and everything. No, not at all.
Right.
We're right. Better than this. We were created to become creators. That's why, that's why they hate us so much, is because we have that creativity. We have that imagination. We have the ability to shift from here to here and just on a dime. Right. You have the ability to just imagine things and do this and do that and, get yourself out of a bad situation. I mean, everything. It's right. Like you're not some cyborg robot, just drone. Right. You're actually a living, breathing right. human being. And, right. You best have the moral compass with it and understand that, and then, what the worst part is about this whole thing is a president actually had to make an executive order about mistreatment of animals. I mean, yeah. When you think of that, I mean, it's almost like, it's like animals are the sign of unconditional love. I mean, you think about it, it's like you get a dog or cat or whatever, you come home after a shitty day at work or whatever, their tail's wagging. It's like they put you instantly in a good mood because they're happy to see you, you're happy to see them, and you realize it's like, you know what? All this other shit is nothing. That's right. It.
There's some evil dudes out there, Jay.
And that's it. And the thing is, it's like, and we know them and we know what they did, but it's like, do people really need to know that? I mean, the treason alone.
Exactly.
The treason.
Thank you.
I mean, honestly, when you're taking this from a democracy, when you're saying, well, this is democracy and all this, it's like, this isn't Rome.
Yeah.
This isn't Rome. I'm like, you look at the whole Capitol Hill as Capitoline Hill in Rome. It's like, it has all the makings of Rome here. Washington, D.C. does.
Right. And all that's coming down.
And the thing is, how were those buildings built? I mean, did anybody ever think of that? It's like, you look at the technology we have and what we can build now, right? So you're going to tell me that centuries ago that just some guys got together and took some stone and crafted this like massive Capitol Hill, right? And now it's like with 21 years of ironworking, it's like, it's almost like, we went like backwards, beyond backwards. Because it's just like the pyramids. There wasn't anybody dragging any stones. Not at all. They did that all by levitation, and they cut all the stone with sound. It's exactly what they did. That's why when you see some of these rock formations, you see like a cut right through it. They use sound. I mean, that's the powers that we have once we hit that level. But the thing is that we have to work through 4D, 5D, 6D. Then you have 7D, which is the seventh dimension and seventh density. You have dimensions and densities. And then you go from dimensions, it's like all like just one constant dimension. And then you work through the densities. Because once you hit the 13th density, that's your creator God. You have the ability to become a creator God.
I ain't gonna lie, I can't wait. I'm trying to get to 12D, but first things first, I need to get to 10D.
Honestly, we gotta go through 4D, because 4D is gonna be the fun one, because that's when all our mentors are coming back. Everybody since 2015 that died, they're coming back to teach us, actually how to be, celestial beings, and that's what we are. We're going from human to beings to celestial beings. We're moving from a carbon-based body to a crystal-based body. that's why, like, you look at Devil's Tower, you look at Ayers Rock, you look at all these plateaus. That's where they were all crystal trees. It's exactly what they were. We had a crystal sun. That's not a real sun up there. It's a solar simulator. Northrop Grumman's got the patent on it. I mean, in India, they just saw two suns over there. It's like they're screwing this up. The sky event. I mean, they're intentionally doing this to say, wake the fuck up, guys. Come on.
Right.
It's like people don't realize that we actually are in hell. This actually is hell.
I was just telling somebody in my email. He was like, "What's up, my brother, man?" He said, I'm with you. He said, "I'm with you, man, until the death, man." I said, my brother, we already dead, man. I'm moving towards life.
We never died. I mean, that's what people have to realize. I mean, and the thing is that when we're done here, people think, oh, we're just gonna die. It's like, no. We made the deal. We're taking our vehicles with. These are going with. That's why the whole med beds and everything like that, all the golden age technologies and everything like that's coming out. I mean, when people really realize, I mean, who's been helping us, come up with all this technology for the golden age and everything. I mean, you got Tesla, Marconi, John Trump. I mean, they're all still alive. All of them. Oh, they're all down in Venezuela. I mean, they're the ones that created all the golden technologies and all the golden age technology. You didn't think a bunch of aliens were just going to bring it here and just say, hey, here you go. Have fun. It's like the language barriers alone would destroy us. Yeah. So how would we know? It's like, with what he's done, what Tesla and them did was, it's like these guys with their whole little adrenochrome bit, and they think it extends their life. Well, the thing is, Tesla realized that with radiant energy, which is the symbol Q with the subscript E, that's the power right there. And the radiant energy puts together your 97% junk DNA, which actually will increase your mind capacity, your brain capacity and everything, and actually will help you function as more like a celestial being. Like the movie Lucy. I don't know if anybody's seen it or anything, but they even go through the percentages with her. And it's like, remember, they got to tell us the truth in these movies. That's the thing. I mean, just want to make sure everybody knows that all the movies are true. The good ones, bad ones, everything. And they hide a lot of dark shit in cartoons. So people that let their kids watch all these Disney cartoons, Disney is no good. No bueno at all.
Right.
I mean, you look at some of these Pixar movies, like, I mean, Monsters, Inc., they had Adrenochrome Harvesting. Like, I mean, the sexualization of children, period, is the problem. Because why is Biden still in this? Why do they want Biden to win so bad? Once he's out of office, all his records get unsealed. Do people really want to know what he did? What Jill did? About killing his wife and his daughter? Oh, yeah. Pushing the car out in the fucking traffic. Fucking semi T-boned the wife and daughter. They both died because he was having an affair with the babysitter, Jill. Yeah. Yeah. Had a pretty shitty upbringing. And that's the thing. I mean, people are always on him. I'm like, man, the thing is like, it's easy to dog people when you're not in that position. But the thing is that if that's the only life they knew, that's the only moral compass they had. They never had any good. So that's all they knew. That's why he had all that stuff on a laptop. And he's like, when big guy decided to get, want more money and all that, that's why he just left that laptop there. It's like, fuck the whole family. That's it. Throw them all to the wolves. Same thing with Wiener and Huma Abedin and everything. I mean, why do people just, I mean, honestly, do people just like keep shit on laptops? Just like, I mean, especially stuff like that. It's like, no, they don't. Especially the stuff that they had on there. No. I mean, and then, everybody's like, oh, like with the whole, it goes down so many different rabbit holes from here, but it's just like, I mean, the big one is, Emmett Sullivan. I cannot wait till he's brought out and shown that, he's with us as well. Yeah. Yeah. General Flynn, it is going to be massive because he's the one that wrote the document, the 34-page document of how it's unconstitutional for the Army National Guard to issue out anthrax vaccines.
General Flynn, man, what's up?
Yeah, General Flynn. I mean, these guys, if people really knew how badass General Flynn really is, he led JSOC. You're talking like a terror squad assassination team. They just drop you in the middle of nowhere. You go take the hit, and you get the hell out. Nobody even knows. Nothing. It's like, and you see him out there. I'm like, man, can you imagine? He's like, the whole bodies are buried.
Let me tell you why I like General Flynn. And this has nothing to do with anything that's
love him. Love him.
Let me tell you why I like General Flynn. It has nothing to do with anything like that. It's because as an official in the United States military, and he witnessed the corruption in the Obama administration, and he didn't stay silent. He did something about it. And to me, I respect that. I know he had to weigh that. I'm pretty sure at some point in time, he knew he was signing a contract on his life. For the most part, you're dealing with those powers on a certain level. You have to really actually you have to, ask yourself, are you willing to lose your life for this? Are you willing to lose your freedom for this? For the American people to know the truth, you know what I'm saying? And for the American, way of life to remain, and he went out there and he did something about it, whether it be being a part of Pew or forming the Digital Soldiers or whatever, but he did something about it. And for me, I have great respect for that.
And the thing is like with General Flynn, remember, we were all somebody previously. Now, with him, remember, Q always says, why is POTUS surrounded by generals, right? Who would uppercase G when he sent down his head military man? Who do you have protect him? I'd say the archangels, right? Archangel Michael. That the Keys of Enoch, that book, it's $50 on keysofenoch.org. But that book alone, that will change you. That is one of the greatest books I've ever read in my entire life. And I remember Mila Hover, she sent it to me, and I didn't know who Enoch was. I didn't even know. She sent me this also. It's a steampunk rabbit, right? And I was just like, I was just enthralled by this. And I'm looking at the book. I'm like, who the hell is Enoch? But it says Keys of Enoch, Book of Knowledge. And I'm like, they talk about keys on it. And I noticed the binder was broke. It was split. So I took some hot glue, fixed it, I hit her up. I'm like, hey, thanks a lot, and I'll go ahead and, take a look at this. I'll send it back in a little bit. She said, oh, no, that's yours. I went ahead and got my own and everything. I'm like, wow, okay. Well, a couple weeks went past. Finally, I, said, what's in this book? And when I started, I'm like, holy shit, is this big? When you want to talk about knowledge on like the highest scales, about electromagnetic, everything, like the truth. It teaches you all about your Merkaba, your vehicle, everything that's getting ready to happen. It's like key 118. That's the whole divine plan. It was man's misuse of atomic energy, because with the whole atomic weapons and nuclear weapons and all that, that's why they had to come up with the divine plan. They said, nope, not now. Can't do this anymore. Because these ones are special. We are the chosen ones. We are the celestial ones. That's why we had to learn quantum. We had to learn quantum. I mean, just quantum computing, quantum processing, because our brain is quantum. It's all Q. We're all Q. It's not just like this person, that person. It's like we're all connected. It's our consciousness.
That's what
It's our collective consciousness. That's it. All you have to do is just tap into it. And you can tap into it anytime you want. And it's just like then you start feeding off the energies from everybody. And then next thing you know, you're not sleeping for weeks on end. And then people think you got drug problems, but you don't. It's like you can't sleep. Because when you do, you just lie there looking at the ceiling and everything just runs through your head. And you're like, you know what? There's something here that I'm missing. And you get up and you start looking again. You start digging some more. And it's like the sacrifice that's why we're Americans. That's why we're patriots. That's it. That's why we were chosen for this. That's why we decided that we were going to do this.
Right.
This just didn't fall right in the lap. And it's like, maybe let's see if this person does this. It's like there was a big secret put out by who was it? It was Trump's the guy with the beard. The big guy. God, what was his last name? Remember the cops tackled him outside of his house. They said he was being unruly and all that. His campaign manager.
I know what you're talking about.
The thing is that he said in an interview that they had technology that could actually have people think in a certain way and have people do certain things in a positive manner collectively. And I'm just like, it's almost like remember, with every bad there's good. So you have MK Ultra, you just reverse it. And who was the one that reversed it? It was L. Ron Hubbard. That was the original Scientology. He wrote up the plan for world peace. Everybody wants to dog Scientology. It's like when it started out, I mean, he was one of the top dogs at MK Ultra. But when he realized that they wanted him as a head psychiatrist and all that, they started, screwing with the mind and everything. He's like, absolutely not. He walked away. That's when he wrote Dianetics and everything, modern science for mental health. And then they infiltrated it. The CIA and Hollywood infiltrated it. The Khazarians. And now they made it into some big, big joke and all that. But it's like, no, I mean, it's like Operation Snow White. It was the infiltration of the U.S. government by Scientologists. And they're still there right now.
How can the people get in touch with you, brother, if they want to reach
you? I mean, an email ironclimber76@yahoo.com. What is my
in the description box, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get in touch with my brother, the infinite knowledge of Jason Q, you can email him. His email is in the description box in this video below. And he's not on YouTube, but he does. You have a Twitter account, right?
Yeah, I have a Twitter account. Let me see what it is. It's I know. I had to change it. It's at JasonQ383679909. And the funny thing is that the number's after 45. So thanks, Twitter.
Divine Providence, man.
Dicks.
Well, we thank you. We're gonna have to step on the next one, man. It's just divine providence.
Oh, definitely. And yeah, just let me know whenever you want. And I mean, I'm always up for it. We're just shooting back ideas and knowledge and all that, and just trying to get people in tune to at least just calm down, get out of that negative mindset, get into a positive mindset, and understand that everything's already been, all the heavy lifting's been done by people above us. We are just here to learn and to actually show them some respect that they didn't do all this in vain. Like it's almost like they did this to save us. And it's like, and we're not even willing to save ourselves. It's like, hell no.
Exactly
it's like,
how
once
I
you
feel.
see that, it's like,
That's
yeah.
exactly how I feel.
I mean, the respect factor that I have for this whole movement, it's,
Yeah,
I mean, it's beyond. I mean, it's insane. That's why.
But every time I want to stop, every time I feel like, okay, I've done enough. I feel like I've reached my goal. I help people wake up. I'm all set. I wake up the next day and it's just like God is just pushing me like, nah, keep going. Keep going.
Oh yeah.
So I'll never miss this.
And the thing is yours, you know, because with the whole YouTube platforms and all that, you know, and the Zoom and all the videos, you know, there are people that can take other, I'm not saying socially awkward, but I mean, I'm not a very good, I wasn't a big fan of doing any videos at first. I mean, if you see like the first one with Jason Dean, I mean, Dr. Jason Dean, it was, whew. I mean, you can see a sweat pouring off me. I was so nervous. I mean, I'm just me. That's it. I'm nobody special. I'm not anybody to be held to any, don't hold me to any high regard or anything. It's like, we're all in this together.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I think the most important thing is to remain pure, remain true, stay humble, be a unifier. If you're not a unifier, then you should definitely sit your ass down. But if you're a unifier, then you're gonna fit good in the movement, because the movement is a bunch of faceless heroes that nobody really knows who they are. That nobody's special. They're not getting paid, and there's nothing like that going on. So they're faceless heroes, and so you have to be able to work in concert with the collective. And if you're not a collective-minded individual, then you ought to sit your ass down. And I'm speaking in terms of people who may be watching by ways of video, and maybe you think for some reason your shit don't stink, or maybe you think for some reason the world revolves around you and things of that nature. You should sit your ass down. But if you feel like, you know what, I love what these guys have been doing, what can I do to help? What can I do? What needs to be done that's not being done? Let me come in and fill a void, fill a gap. And that's the way you should approach it. And that way, I think you'll be a great asset to the community. Otherwise, you're going to be a problem. So you should not join. Stay away.
Well, and the thing is that what you decide to do now definitely influences what happens in your future. Because where we go one, we go all, that's fine and dandy. But not everybody gets to go to, you know, when you go to 4D and all that, hey, not everybody gets to go. I mean, there's going to be other 3D levels that people agreed that they like the whole Hillary evil empire and all that. And they get to do that for 26,000 years. And we get to go to 4D and we get to, you know, rise up. That's it.
Like,
I mean,
this is a fly in the sky, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I want to step right off the roof and just fly, man. 5D.
Yeah. and the thing is, it's like, you know, because everybody talks about like 5D. I mean, whew. I mean, 4D is going to be the good one. That's going to be the learning phase and everything like that. When you start learning what you actually can do and what you are able to do, that's going to be the way great awakening. He's the king, just and that's heaven. But the thing is, you could settle for that. But why? I mean, were you?
Well, let's just one step at a time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's and that's why it's like we could take the. I mean,
we ain't shit.
I know. We're not. We're not. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, but all of us together are, and that's why we have to all unify. It's like these people with these egos. Like, you know what? You want that ego? Hey, have at it. Because guess what? You know, there's karmic law. You know, and
yeah, it is.
I'm not going to be the one to judge you. All I can do is defend how I look at it, at a situation, all that. And like, I don't want to see anybody attacking any patriots or anything, you know, step in. But I mean, if people are going to do that on their own, they're just like, well, you know, somebody's always watching. I mean, everybody's got their eyes on us.
Hey, what goes up must come down.
Come down.
You know, the Bible say, man, God exalts the humble, but he resists the proud. So it's better to be humble, man. You go real far, man.
Well, and people don't understand. It's like, what was the original sin? Why was Lucifer cast to here anyways? Because of pride, because of ego. What are you not supposed to have? Hello.
I know you can't.
It's like,
tell people that. I'll be honest with you. I feel like sometimes I'm bitching, man. Honestly, I feel like I'm really bitching because I feel like because one thing, I'm a spiritual person, and I have an intuition. You know, I have a thing. It's called the voice. I listen to the voice. They say, "How did you know this? Who's your source?" I said, "I don't have a source. I have the voice. It talks to me.
Yeah.
I know." But this is the thing. One thing I know for sure is that we could have done a lot of things a lot faster with unity. And this is the thing that I try to explain to people. And they don't want to listen to me because maybe they think I'm not in the underground bunker enough. I don't know. So I try to explain to them, listen, I know what I'm talking about. I mean, if we were unified, and when I say unified, I mean perfectly unified. I'm not talking about we agree on every single point because we're never going to do that.
No, we don't want to.
We come to terms with the fact that we need one another. And so we put the differences aside in order to attain the oneness. And that oneness gives us access to that level of power that we need to destroy this evil. And so when I tell people, listen, stop talking about each other, stop doing this, stop competing with each other because you're fucking up the unity movement. We need the unity movement to be fully locked in so we can tap into that power. Oh man, all I care about is the politics. Nobody cares about this. You're talking spiritual stuff. I said, I hear that, man. Let me go sit my ass down. I'm gonna go sit my ass down.
If they even knew how spiritual this really was, I mean, we're a soul and a spirit and ether inside a vehicle. We're not a human being with a soul. We are the soul
inside a human.
That's what people have to understand. It's like that these ones that decide to sell that to gain advantage to the dark forces, well, there's gone. And that's why it comes back on us. And, that's why all these people are like, they're worshiping them. And, it's like the musicians and sports and all that. It's like, it's all division. Everything is
division.
And that's it. It's like, there's no unity in anything. It's like the only unity there is the Patriots. I mean, everybody from all the Patriot movement and everything, everybody's just coming together. It's like, if you have a problem with what somebody says, it's like, well, we could grab all the information, bring it out, and we can all talk about it because that's what we're supposed to do. We're not. You don't have to rely on one person for the truth. We all have to come to grips with what the truth really is together, and that's how we're supposed to do this. That's why we're doing this. It's like even just podcasts. It's like we're getting the word out, and at least people are waking up. And it's like, look. Even if you're like, I can't believe this guy said this, this is so damn crazy. Well, I'm going to go look into it. It's like, go ahead. I thought the same thing. I thought I was losing. I'm like, whoa. That's why I was like, I don't think I should be on any podcast because it's like some of the ways that, your thought process is. But the problem is that it's not like you just look at one thing and you're like, that's what it is. It's like when they said everything's connected, everything is connected. Like everything.
With you, man. I think you should have a YouTube channel to be perfect.
I need structure. I need somebody that is gonna harness me in and just keep.
I can help you, man. I can help you with your YouTube channel. I can help you.
Oh no, I don't want. I'd much rather just do these podcasts and just help out Q&As and all that. And
that's wonderful. Well, then God bless you, man. You have a nice day. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then just let me know and I'm always.
This is the infinite knowledge of Q, my guys, ladies and gentlemen. Is Q. His information is in the description box, and if you need information on anything, everything, something or nothing, he knows it.
Not at all, but we do it. All right, man. You take care.
Yep.
You got it.